What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today I am having a cheesesteak mukbang, and I'm also having with it salt and vinegar chips. I was debating, am I gonna get some other type of chips with this? Am I gonna get cheese fries? I thought cheese fries it's just too much, but it's just like I always go back to salt and vinegar when I get a good sandwich. So I got the cheesesteak from Malin's Deli. It's an old family deli. It goes back way long time in Delaware, so I wanted to go out and support them. I love, they've always got good sandwiches. I've never had their breakfast sandwiches, though I might have one of those soon. Anyway, I digress. So on the cheesesteak, there is grilled onions, hot and sweet peppers, and ketchup. So relatively simple, but I usually don't get the hot and sweet peppers, but wanted to do that today. So we're gonna dive into that. I'm also gonna be reviewing the Omen, the original that came out in 1976. The Omen was requested by Julie A. and Che Wah, and was directed by Richard Donner and stars Gregory Peck. But I'm gonna just get into the sandwich a little bit, and then we'll talk about the movie. And I have a Stewart's root beer. They had the old-fashioned root beer, so I thought, why not get that? Also got some water there as well, just in case the root beer ain't enough. So with the Omen being an older movie, there is going to be some spoilers. I'm not going to give away the ending directly, but it's an older movie, so I figure if you've seen it, you know, you kind of know what you're going to do. If you haven't, you just enjoy the story. You can still enjoy the movie even with a few spoilers in this review. So the main character, well, there's kind of two main. You have your protagonist, which is the, you know, good guy, and bad character, which is bad guy. So Gregory Peck, he also played in To Kill a Mockingbird, was the lawyer in that movie. He's an American, but he's like an ambassador to America, and he's stationed in other countries. He's basically on the fast track to be president. His friend, he has a good friend who is the president, but he's in Rome at the time the movie starts, on June 6th at 6 a.m. and his wife loses their child. His wife doesn't know that. The doctors and the priests, there's a lot of priests involved in this movie because it is in Rome, Vatican's nearby, all that stuff. So another priest comes up to him and was like, this woman with no man attached to her just died having a baby, having a son. You should adopt him and your wife will never know, basically, is what's communicated. So against his better judgment, that's what he does. And they adopt Damien. He just looks like a regular little kid, you know, nothing, you know, whatever. However, when on his 5th birthday is when signs start to happen within the family. They do a little montage showing, hey, they're taking pictures, they're out at the park, you know, nothing bad happening. And with Ambassador Thorne being, you know, high level, he has a nice house. They got moved to England, London. That's where he's the new ambassadors in Great Britain. So it's a big party, big house, you know, you got well-known people there, photographers. And then for reasons I'm not going to disclose, they need a new nanny. So lots of crazy stuff is happening, and just you know how this is one of those things, like energy. Energy is something that's real, but you can't see. And there's this underlying energy. And then there's this Rottweiler who is kind of everywhere. He's outside the house. And there's like the music that lets you know he's there. It has a lot of that old, you know, it's just like creepy, you know, chanting. I don't want to say religious type music, but it's kind of like along those lines. Like that type of thing, I mean. Or trying to set a tone of there's something in the air. Whatever. So they need a new nanny. This woman comes in, also looking super strange. Now, the child, as you're starting to figure out, there's something off with the kid. And the conversation that the new nanny has with Damien indicates what Damien is, and he is of the desolate one. You know what I mean? He's evil. He's got this underlying evil to him. And then other stuff starts to happen where it's little indicators that something is off about this kid. And the parents do actually start to pick up on it, to their credit. They go to church. He does, as soon as he sees, you know, Jesus and the cross, starts freaking out. The scene that I like the most, that kind of gave away who he is. Obviously, I'm watching the movie. You kind of pick up on it anyway. But they go to the zoo, and the animals are either running away from him or trying to attack him. Now, that's one thing I've liked in other horror films is animals are an indicator of the unseen. For example, if you've seen The Conjuring, the dog doesn't want to go in the house. The dog senses something is off in the house, so the animals feel bad vibes that we don't. They pick up on it. I can attest to that with my own cats. Like when I've lost a loved one, my cats have been more affectionate to me, things like that. So when they go to the zoo and that's happening, for me, big red flag. Wife is always getting really depressed. Nanny takes in the dog. Anyway, I don't want to give out the rest of the movie, but Ambassador Thorne is suspecting something about his son, especially after something happens to his wife in the house that involves Damien. Now he gets in one of the photographers that was at the original party reaches out to him, and this is after a priest who's been constantly contacting him saying, he was there in Rome. He's like, there's something going on with your kid. You need to start like I'm trying to tell you something here. You need to go here, and this is what needs to be done going forward. You need to take care of this because he's on the fast track to become the president. You kind of get what I'm going with. The kid wants to inherit. You feel me? But now, so he goes over to Rome, which leads him here, which leads him there, leads him to a monastery where the original priest was, when his kid was born. All this stuff. And then he comes back home and tries to take care of business. I'm not going to give away the ending, but the very last scene, not even the last scene, the last moment of the film is chilling. And I remember when I was a kid, I watched this movie. It was on like AMC or something. Absolutely chilling vibes. But as far as how the movie is shot, there's some stuff in there that looks really good for 1976 that actually, it has that old feel vibe where you don't have the benefit of technology at your fingertips as much. So you kind of have to do things more old school, which in some cases works. There's some shadow work that's done well. Gregory Peck is fantastic. He's like, he's a great actor. All the actors in it that are great, actually, to be honest. There's not really any bad actors in the flick. But yeah, very well shot. There's some stuff that looks too old, and I'm like, like me, like with old stuff, just because I'm a horror fan, it doesn't mean I'm gonna like all the old classics. This one falls right in the middle. I get why it's good, but it's not my favorite classic, but it's good. It's a good flick, If you haven't seen it as a horror fan, I'd recommend it. But there's other ones like Psycho that I have some controversial opinions on that don't go over too well in the horror community. Just keeping it real. Some people just don't like to hear certain things about certain movies. But overall, good flick. I like the old school look of it. I'm actually glad that movie got requested, because that's one of those I watched one time a long time ago and haven't watched since. I was like, it's a good time for me to watch it. I never watched it in October. I haven't watched it in forever. So. I gotta start getting hot and sweet peppers with my cheesesteak. The hot and sweet peppers are fantastic. They give it a nice, and the texture when you bite into them, the flavor that pops off them, really good. Oh. Yeah, really good cheese. It's just one of those places you're gonna get a good product. I know it's good. The meat's cooked well. The only thing I will say is with my cheesesteaks, I prefer Cheese Whiz. They get the classic American on there, which is fine. But when I end up doing a Philly cheesesteak, a real Philly cheesesteak mukbang, then we'll get into that. What I like on it, I like the Cheese Whiz. Some people are like, how can you like that on this guy? It's not real cheese. Well, it tastes good to me. I like it. One thing I like with Malin's, they don't call it a Philly cheesesteak. They call it a cheesesteak because they're not in Philly. It's an excellent cheesesteak. Excellent. Great flavor, everything. But they don't call it Philly cheesesteak because it's not in Philly. There's a small pet peeve of mine. When places in California or Texas, or I'll look at videos, people you're in North Carolina or wherever, and it's calling a Philly cheesesteak. Not to say you can't have a good cheesesteak anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world for that matter, but there's only one place you can get a Philly cheesesteak. It's like when you calling a place a New York pizza. In New York, they don't call it New York pizza, they just call it pizza. In Philly, they don't call it Philly cheesesteak, they call it cheesesteak. You know what I mean? That's small pet beef. Whatever. Not a big deal. So got some other movies I'm going to be reviewing. I'm going to go see Addams Family, the animated one. So that is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But going forward after that, just going to be going back into the request. But I do want to hit up the new movie as it's just coming out. So when the new movies come out, I will do those, but then I'll go right back to the requests. Thank you for everyone who has requested flick. I like watching new stuff that I've never seen. There's a couple in there that I never even heard of that I'm curious to look up, find, and watch. So thank you for everybody who has requested a movie. And thank you for everybody who's been supporting me. I want to thank y'all very much. Just got to 9,000 subscribers. So thank you guys very much. I greatly appreciate that. I want to say, like, the support on this channel has been tremendous. Like, y'all are very cool, very nice. And if you have any, I've gotten, like, when people are trying to just like give me like little tips, because I'm not, you know, I'm not Mr. Internet, but like I like, or Mr. Mukbang, but I like when people give me feedback. Scott, you should do this, do that. And I appreciate it. And it's done in a nice way where you're not being mean. Now listen, you get your negative, whatever, that's gonna, you know, there's people that are miserable, it's gonna happen regardless. But there's a lot of people that just give me good feedback. And then if you've watched the videos, if you've given it a thumbs up, if you've gotten any joy out of listening to me ramble, excuse me, watching me eat, I greatly appreciate it. Like, you know, and if you subscribe, thank you. Like, I really appreciate y'all. So I'm gonna finish the rest of this cheesesteak, but I did want to give a thank you, being I just reached that plateau of 9,000, and onward and upward from here. You know, I'm gonna keep trying to improve things, add things to the channel. But yeah, my main goal with the channel is just coming on here, being myself, talking to you guys, just creating a dialogue, hopefully put a smile on somebody's face. If I do that, I'm happy. Cheesesteaks actually go back from my childhood with me. I never actually got, like, you know, like a cheesesteak like this. Like, my mom, we had steakums in the house. I don't know if I remember steakums or if they're still a thing. But I enjoyed them. I enjoy steakums. Frozen, like, little strips, throw them on the pan. Boom, done. Little ketchup. Then I discovered, like, sandwich places, cheesesteaks. Took it to another level, but I always like cheesesteaks. Man, that Store's root beer is good with this. I might prefer a cherry Coke, but that's really good. I just thought, you know, why not switch it up? Root beer and cherry Coke might be my number 1 and number 2 sodas to go to. Also like vanilla. Vanilla's another good one. Thank you guys for joining me today for this cheesesteak mukbang and my review of the Omen. And also thank you again to everyone on helping me get to 9,000 subscribers. Hopefully onward and upward from here. Thank you again for all the positive feedback, the love. I greatly appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care and be well.